Alan Burchell, let's talk about a building's roof. Aside from a surface to be maintained, are there options that we should be considering that would benefit buildings?
Absolutely, Carol. And thanks for having me on, by the way. This is really exciting. So the first question that building owners need to ask themselves is, do you want your roof to bring you headaches or bring you joy? Do you want it to be a source of recurring costs or a source of revenue and profitable investment? See, the sun and the elements are pounding down on every rooftop. For undeveloped roof spaces, the top layer, your waterproofing membrane, is exposed to the sun and the elements, and it takes a real beating and it breaks down over time, cracking, leaking, and inevitably needing repairs. And you obviously never get your money back on those repair expenses. But if you develop your roof with either a green roof or solar, well, then suddenly all that changes. Firstly, just like how a case protects your smartphone, a green roof protects your waterproofing membrane and extends its lifespan by 40 to 60 years. A green roof is actually the best way to protect your building from leaks. Green roofs are fantastic for our dense urban centers as well. They clean and cool the air, they manage stormwater, and they can be used to grow food. And for owners of developed roof spaces, the sun goes from being your worst enemy to being your best friend. On sunny days, a green roof with a deck is an amazing amenity space that boosts property values and quality of life for the residents. And if you put solar panels up on your roof, well, instead of the sun's rays burning holes in your roof, now they're being intercepted by the solar panels and converted into electricity that lowers your utility bill. Basically, for anyone with solar panels on their roof, it's raining money from the sky, and those solar panels are like buckets. I'll say that again for dramatic effect. It's raining money, and solar panels are buckets. It's that easy. It's worth mentioning that New York City's Local Law 97 will require buildings to improve their energy efficiency. And green roofs and solar are great, allowable, eligible options for complying with this law and avoiding all the costly violations. Also, many buildings will likely perform a total roof replacement at some point, and that will trigger Local Law 9294, which will require them to install solar or a green roof anyway. So it's a good idea to get familiar with these concepts. If you're wondering which to go with, a green roof, an amenity space, or solar, well, first I would tell you that we offer an integrated solar green roof system that lets building owners enjoy the benefits of both systems. After that, I would say it depends on whether you ever want to use your roof as an amenity space. Some buildings don't have the space for a big deck and solar array, so you'll have to choose. Or if your zoning allows it, you can go with a solar canopy with decking underneath. And again, you can have your cake and eat it too. A major limiting factor is what will your roof's structural capacity even allow? If our structural engineering survey says that your roof can't safely support the weight of an official amenity space, then your development options could be limited to a simple green roof or solar, and it makes the decision a bit easier.
And given these options, how does a board or a co-op or a condo pay for this? I mean, we all have in our budgets that we have money to pay for maintenance of the roof, but how do we pay for these new options?
Yeah, totally understandable. And frankly, it's, I'm sure that co-op boards and condo boards can come up with a host of other things, other fun things they'd rather spend their money on than complying with these rules. So I'd say that there's many options available to New York City building owners. The green roof property tax abatement offers $5.23 per square foot of green roof build, and that's across the entire city. And eventually they're going to start offering $15 per square foot in certain priority areas. If you follow the Urbanstrong blog for latest updates, we'll be posting them there. One financing option that I don't think got nearly enough press is PACE financing, and that's now allowed in New York City under Local Law 96. Basically, it can be used to help building owners comply with Local Law 92, 94, 97. Effectively, it's an optional financing mechanism created specifically to allow building owners to finance their energy efficiency upgrades. It's only for energy efficiency upgrades. And the loan is structured in a way that lets the upgrades pay for themselves. By that, I mean the loan 100% upfront covers all the soft and hard costs of the energy efficiency upgrades with zero upfront investment from the building owners. The loan payments are then spread out over 20 to 25 years, and each payment is less than the calculated annual energy savings for the retrofits. So building owners put no money down, and then they're cash flow positive from day one through until when the retrofits are completely paid off. PACE financing lets building owners be compliant with all of these laws, but without spending their own money. And again, that way the retrofits literally pay for themselves. Finally, New York City is a great place to go solar, as there's many layers of financial incentives at the federal, state, and city level. These are broken down in detail on the Urbanstrong blog. Last but not least, community solar is the newest ownership model option available to New York City co-ops who are looking to go solar. The concept is this: rather than paying to install solar panels, building owners simply rent out their unused roof space to our community solar vendor partners to install their solar panels. In return, building owners can choose. They can either collect an annual lease payment because they're renting out their roof for 25 years, or they can get a complete roof repair if they're due for one, completely for free. Owners basically put down no money, and then they're not responsible for maintaining the panels, so there's zero risk. They're going solar, they're complying with all of those laws, and they just basically sit back and collect the checks. Further, building owners collect a property tax abatement that they get from the solar, and each individual building unit owner has the option to subscribe to buy this cheap electricity produced at a further 10% reduction, and that way they lower their own utility bills. There's serious advantages for community solar for co-ops because it usually, for a rooftop solar system, co-ops don't have that kind of upfront capital laying around that they want to invest, nor do they want to take out a loan. And it can be very complicated for co-ops to take advantage of the federal tax credits and incentives, which actually currently subsidize a massive portion of the upfront investment of the solar equipment. If co-ops can find a company who's willing to put up the capital, then there are massive advantages for that co-op. Basically, our investors who own the system can then afford higher lease rates to pass on through to the owners. Simply put, this is a great way to turn your rooftop from a costly headache into a revenue stream that brings you joy.
And that is a wonderful thing.
Oh, yes, it is.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Yeah, my pleasure, Carol. Thanks for having me on. All the best.
Okay, thanks.